So I kept you guys waiting for a long time on this topic, and it's time that we discuss it. The Noah version of Scala at Caelum. Why does it exist, and where does it come from? So I think that a general summary of where the discussion is now, before I assert my assertions into this, is going to be that from what I hear, a lot of people believe that this is actually Scala at Caelum as it is represented within the data world or the data world line created by the Master of Masters in Kingdom Hearts Key to trap the darkness. That the characters there sort of kind of did a mimicry of what happens in the actual world where Scala at Caelum exists. But I don't think this is the case, because what we're told about Scala at Caelum, or even about the ending of Kingdom Hearts Key, is that once the computer shuts off and the world outside is destroyed alongside the world inside, then everyone will pretty much become Dream Eaters. And we see that Sora actually does visit these Dream Eaters at the end of Dream Drop Distance when he goes on his own personal journey. And this is referred to, meaning it's not a dream. Sora physically went back into the I forgot what they call it. Sora went back into the world of dreams, basically, to go visit those Dream Eaters physically. Thus, he disappeared for a time in actuality. His body was not asleep, like how we saw within the ending of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance when Riku went to save him, remember? So with that being the case, we must then consider, where does this Noah version of Scala at Caelum come from? I think what I stated just now is reason enough to believe that this Noah version is actually a physical version of the world. It is not a data version of the world. It's a physical version of it. And these are all things that will have to be built up within the alluring Missing Link, where we're actually going to finally be partaking in an actual game that's set in this Noah version of Scala at Caelum. However, let's get right back to it. Where does it come from? Why does it exist? And what's the difference between it and the vibrant version that we see within Kingdom Hearts 3? I think that the Noah version of Scala at Caelum is actually from the events of Kingdom Hearts 3. Remember, in Dark Road, Eric has stated that Scala at Caelum, or the islands that they can see from where they are in Scala at Caelum, are abandoned. And at first, I initially thought this to mean that they had went to traverse the worlds, that everybody in Scala at Caelum for some reason left and went to go live amongst the worlds to wait for the advent of the Dark Seeker, which the advent of the Dark Seeker is the day that he would summon Kingdom Hearts. And if you remember in Birth by Sleep, which is my reasoning for believing this, Vanitas states that he would open a door to all worlds where Keyblade wielders from all over the place will flock to the Keyblade graveyard to once again partake in a Keyblade war. So that's why I had to believe that everyone left Scala at Caelum to go be amongst the worlds. However, I now have changed my thoughts on this, and I believe that the Noah version of Scala at Caelum is actually the exact same trick that creates Castle Oblivion within the Land of Departure. However, I believe that they've done this with the ability that we see Master Xehanort for some reason has, where he can create a duplicate of the world. In other words, the Noah Scala at Caelum is most likely connected. It's a version of the world that Master Xehanort will never visit. It's a version of the world that Master Xehanort may be ignorant to and may be barred off from, as a sort of creation to put the royal family there, and then at the same time too to also preserve Scala at Caelum after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3. Because see, I initially believed that the events of Kingdom Hearts 3 happens in a fake version of Scala at Caelum, and this is why we don't see the Keyblade wielders. But in actuality, it's completely and totally possible that Master Odin, once Ericus and Xehanort left Scala at Caelum, or their version of Scala at Caelum, at the end of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, when they have their battle, it's potentially possible that Master Odin is there watching Sora and Master Xehanort, or Old Man Xehanort, battle it out for the sake of the world. And the reason why this is completely possible is because in Dark Road, when Baldur appears in Scala at Caelum once again and starts to wreak havoc, Master Odin states, "So it begins," meaning that whatever is going to transpire, he may actually not only know about it, but also he actually is there to witness the events that all of this is going to lead up to. In other words, Xehanort's stint with the darkness, as we see, he's now kind of in cahoots. I don't know how to put this, but he's kind of like beginning his journey towards becoming the Dark Seeker. Master Odin states, "So it begins." And when young Xehanort cuts down Baldur, this is an event that causes Master Odin to give up on his own teaching of Keyblade wielders, almost like as if he knows that creating the Dark Seeker, or one of his students becoming the Dark Seeker, which may be something he was trying to prevent, it was destined to happen. It was destined to occur. And thus he ceases to teach further Keyblade wielders, meaning he no longer searches the world or scans the world to find prospective future Keyblade wielders like Xehanort, because we're told in the Xehanort reports that his master had found him, meaning that Odin visited Xehanort, or Odin found Xehanort, and of course made him a Keyblade wielder. So then, with everything that goes on with the Nor version of Scala at Caelum, we see that in Missing Link, that this version of Scala at Caelum is apparently the home of the royal family mentioned by Master Xehanort. In fact, even the descendants of this royal family are here, as they are actually what is now the unions. They're not unions, I know that, but they are now what is essentially the unions of this unwritten era. And be it that they're the unions of this unwritten era, we see that, of course, they have many different separate houses. However, there's one giant house, which I think is the overall main key royal family. So in other words, the rest of them would be like the cousins, like the unions would be like the cousins, and then the royal family is of pure blood of of Ephemera in the Nor version of Scala at Caelum. And it's possible that Xehanort, when we see him as a baby, is actually being handed to player character somewhere amongst this tower. Like if the tower has because it's huge as fuck. If the tower has, I always do stuff like that to where I just cuss for no reason. But if the tower has like this kind of circular, whatchamacallit, that's kind of like a main hall, it's possible that player character is being given baby Xehanort in that hall, in this tower, as a direct descendant of Ephemera, or from not a branch family, but the main family, kind of like on some Hugo shit, the main family. As the newborn of their family, he is taken to the Destiny Islands. And the reason for this, as stated by player character, is that Darkness wants him for some reason. He's their new protege, like how Ventus was in the past. So, I think, to put it in short, I think the Nor version of Scala at Caelum is supposed to be an actual version of Scala at Caelum that's safe and tucked away from the advent of the Dark Seeker, the advent of Master Xehanort, where he will revisit Scala at Caelum once Sora uses the time portal, and this will bring about the destruction of their original home, which is the version of Scala at Caelum that we see within Kingdom Hearts 3. However, the Nor version is supposed to be protected, because remember, this is the point of changing Land of Departure into Castle Oblivion, that by doing this, it protects the world, which gives the world apparently time to heal, as when Aqua returns in Kingdom Hearts 3 to revert Castle Oblivion back to Land of Departure, the world has completely healed, despite the fact that Xehanort pretty much brings about the end of the Land of Departure. Aqua just so happens to appear in the land of departure before the world can be completely swallowed by darkness. And then she, of course, uses the trick of their predecessors to revert it to Castle Oblivion. So then I think that what's going on with the Noir version is that pretty much Castle Oblivion, the Castle Oblivion trick is used to create the Noir version. This Noir version is hidden and kept secret from Xehanort, where he will never ever set foot in the Noir version of Scala at Caelum. Thus, when Sora uses a time portal to bring Xehanort back to his earliest point of being a Keyblade wielder, where they go to the vibrant version of Scala at Caelum and they have their battle there, the Noir version is not affected by this battle. And this is what Eric has meant by the rest of the islands that they can see from where they are in Scala at Caelum is abandoned. Everyone pretty much jumped over to the other side because there's no telling at what point Sora will use a time portal, or what point in their lifetimes that the time portal will be opened and Xehanort and Sora will appear to conduct their final battle that happens within Kingdom Hearts 3, which leads to the destruction of the vibrant Scala at Caelum, as we see it at the end when Sora uses the X-Blade to close Kingdom Hearts. Scala at Caelum is left in ruins, and thus this is why the Noir version of Scala at Caelum exists, and this is why the royal family seem to reside there, with a giant castle that's huge as hell compared to every other version or every other island within Scala at Caelum across both versions of the world. So let me know what you guys think about this. This has been your boy Mazia. Don't forget to do a little 8-class gaming. Everything you do, don't forget to keep it 8-class. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace the heck